Hi, everyone. I wanted to share with you my experience with the Spring Equinox Meditation I held at my place on March 21st. Midway through the meditation, someone suggested we should be recording it. So after listening to the recorded part of the meditation, I thought it would be a good idea to share it with you all. Through the meditation, there were some questions and answers as well as some other interesting information that came through. There is, of course, a large part of the meditation that is missing because it wasn't recorded. And I did a few edits on the second part, on the recorded part, in order to remove people's names and long pauses. Now, while listening to this audio, please keep in mind that some of the time it is me talking and sometimes it is other entities that are talking, so my speech pattern can change. I hope this will touch you in some way and that some of you will be able to use this information to help bring light to our beautiful planet. Namaste. So now that Christ consciousness, Christ actually is standing in the middle now, and I know that we have the globe there, but he's standing there. And he has one of those long trumpets, you know, the ones that we see angels with, and he's lifting it and he's sounding it. And there are, I don't know, about maybe 9 little cherubs above our heads, creating a circle around that, like on top of our heads. He is putting the trumpet down and asks us to now expand our hearts again. And sending love from our heart to our hands and to the globe. And to the hearts and lives of all the living beings that exist within our planet. And he is placing the threefold flame of the heart, the sacred flame, on top of the earth. And asks us to have the intent to also activate and awaken our threefold flame from our hearts, or just see it. And connect the light of that sacred heart of your heart to the sacred light of flame that he has placed on top of the globe. And now he's allowing this sacred flame to go into the middle of the earth, into the heart of the earth. And with it, our three flames go with it, the connection. And it expands and grows the heart of the earth. And so we are assisting the earth in activating her own violet flame and growing it. And she's allowing this flame to grow as big as she can. But even if it doesn't go as big as the actual planet, the energy that is pulsating from the actual flame, they're saying that that is already good enough and that it is creating change. So Immaculata, the watcher of the earth, as well as Ada, one of the beings from the earth that I work with, and another female, they're representations of the earth, and they are present here with us right now. And they say, gracious you are for the love and the assistance you are providing for the earth. We have said this before, the Gaia is a being that is also ascending. And that is connected to all. The same way that you are. Your assistance and your acknowledgement of her allows for her energies to shift, and allowing shifting energies and to be affected in this way to all of the beings that also reside in it and on it. They are showing me parts of Africa, zebras for some reason, and water, like lakes of water in Africa, and the yellow grass. They're saying that they are showing me this because this means life. Just how the buds of a leaf opening or a stem growing in a plant is also life. So are the bodies of water, the fields of grass, even if they are yellow, the animals that live on it, the trees, humans, and extraterrestrials. Okay. Sorry. And extraterrestrials. There are some extraterrestrials that do live on planet Earth. They are called extraterrestrials because they were not born within this planet. But it does not mean that they have not made this their home. And so we must respect each other and learn to understand each other and live from the perspective of connectedness, so that wars no longer exist in this reality from one race to the other, or from one type of being to the next. The skies, the clouds, they are also full of life. Full of life that you are not aware of yet. But they too are ecosystems that belong to the earth. Ecosystems created in order to support life in a different way than what you know at this moment. Respect each other and any other living being that you come across, whether physically or just in your awareness. Live from the perspective of love, just how the Ascended Masters have taught you. For that is your key in creating peace in this world. For that is your key in understanding your connection to each other and your connection to us. And so we welcome spring, the season where everything begins to grow. When everything begins to grow once again, regenerated from a long rest. And so, feel the spring within your own physical bodies. Wake up in the morning feeling refreshed and ready for the connections that you will create in your day, for the new beginnings in your lives, for the new beginnings in the way you will speak, for the new beginnings in the way that you will be. Spring is now. Spring is not tomorrow, nor in another lifetime. Spring is now. Connect.
Is Africa a specific place that needs more love at this point?
Fear and hatred has been spread throughout the land. Not just in Africa, but in the land of the planet. And as people continue to spread fear, hatred, and separation from each other in the name of fear, all land needs more love and assistance. But we cannot ask you to travel to these places in a physical way so that you can assist in creating changes there. We understand that you are limited to your physical beingness that you are right now. But we ask you to bring your focus of attention with love to the places in where you live, and then from there begin sending love or giving prayers of love to the specific areas in the planet that attract you the most, that attracts your attention the most. So if this place is Africa, then send thoughts of love to Africa, words of love to Africa, and all of the beings that exist there, so that they too can become realized, so that they too can understand their own connections with each other and the rest of the world, so that they do not feel separated from the rest of the world or as different. For a soul can never be different than the other, for we are all part of the Creator. Please give us a question.
I don't know if it's the most appropriate time, but my question was about the cross.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same question that I had.
Mm-hmm.
If we continue to make the sign of the cross, is that something that restricts us or something that helps us?
Restricts you how? Restricts you how?
In the way that it keeps us bonded
To
the astral realm rather than expand our consciousness.
that it keeps you bonded to this realm?
The astral realm.
The astral, the spirit realm?
Yes.
Okay, instead of keeping you...
There was some information that I found online about the sign of the cross, which we make all the time.
And you think it's keeping you bounded?
Yes,
Like,
there were some ideas that it was used by some extraterrestrials or some of the dark beings to keep us in the reincarnation loop
Cycle.
rather than be able to ascend.
Okay. I'm going to ask actually the Ascended Masters for that one because that is a
Yeah.
love answer, I think. So I'm going to ask you to come forward. Greetings. I am that I am. Raise your vibrations. I am that I am. The meaning of the cross, just as you have the meaning of a triangle to represent something in your reality, it is only what you give meaning to that it has the power over your psyche. Not over you, but over your psyche. If you were to gather a circle and tell us that the circle to you meant infinity, then that is what the circle would mean to you, and that is what the effect would cause on your psyche. But to say that a soul has been oppressed because of a sign or a symbol, we would say that is only the power that you have given it. In many cultures, that cross, the sign of the cross, has symbolized a meaningful spiritual experience between how the soul meets the physical. And within that point where they cross, that is when an incarnation occurs. However, this does not have to be what it means to you. It does not have to mean what it means to you. To you, it could mean what you would call salvation. And to you, it might mean just a cross, or perhaps a path where you have to choose. The meaning can vary according to what the person has put into that. But we tell you, do not fear, for you are the ones that hold the power. For you are individual souls that hold the power and have chosen to come within this incarnation, within what many call this game, not because you are enslaved, but because it is a choice. You, at any moment in your existence, can become enlightened if that is what suits you at the moment. But ask yourselves, why are you here? Why are you within this reality? Why has your soul have chosen to perceive this reality as the reality of all? I am that I am. You will continue to exist, and you will continue to choose, consciously or subconsciously. You are the ones who choose. If at any moment you decide that you no longer wish to play this game, you may leave this game. If at any moment you wish to change the rules for yourself or the paths in which you are living, the life that you are living, what they are called contracts to some of you that you have with each other. This can change as well if that is what you wish to change. You can choose to activate yourself accordingly. You can choose it in the way that you are choosing to do it now, or you can choose it in a way in which we move you more rapidly to that place. But many of you are here in order to bring this information and this knowledge to the ones who are not aware of this yet. You are here in order to assist others in what is called the awakening. But really, it is in bringing awareness to themselves and in the power that they hold within themselves, so that they stop fooling themselves into living this reality that is not real, the reality full of pain, so that they can understand themselves better, so that they can understand each other's connections to each other, so that they can understand a different perception of the Creator. So that the Creator, and they can evolve within that same reality as they expand within one reality to the other. Only because you are here today, it does not mean that you have not lived in other places, and it does not mean that you will not live in other places. However, when a soul no longer wishes to incarnate, it will no longer incarnate. This is a choice of the soul. If you agree to come and play the games that are being played within your system, it doesn't mean that it is right. It only means that it is what you want it to be. You can change that. You can change that. Many have come to assist in that change. And so here we are today. And there we will be tomorrow. These changes have been happening from the existence from the beginning of the creation of humanity. Why? Because many races, many beings have come into play. But fear not. For when you live from a perspective of the heart, your vibration rises. And you cannot be touched in the same way that those who are dormant at the moment are. Okay, so now they are putting like so Jesus is still there and the globe is here, and then he's putting like a huge white dove like on top of the earth, which that means, and the dove is flying away, so that's good. It's almost like, you know that Christian image of the Holy Spirit with the light in the dove? But it's like he's putting it like on the earth, so that means that's good. So he's saying that they're blessings to the earth, okay. Oh, and blessings to us, thank you. He's doing that to us as well. Blessings to us, thank you. He wants to thank us for the work we have done today, and to remind us to live in the spring that has come, like from that perspective of spring, okay? I don't know, somebody was mentioning a message related to spring, so he's saying to live from that perspective. So when we wake up tomorrow, it's spring within our bodies as well, not just outside. Even if it's -20.